everyone, my name is Vanessa Carrillo, and I'm currently a junior at Georgetown University in DC. And for this video, I wanted to talk about my experience interning virtually at Amazon Web Services, specifically the sales division. So I'll first start off with doing tips for applying or discussing tips for applying. So I know for me personally, I thought, okay, this is a tech opportunity and it's highly competitive, and they're looking for the best of the best. So my first tip when applying and submitting online your application, tailor your resume to the position. You may have different skill sets. And so I know like a resume is typically one page and it's super hard to determine, what skill sets you need to put in your resume depending on the position. Therefore, I would strongly suggest, looking up the qualifications, the skill sets needed to fulfill that position. In my case, it was sales. So what I did was I looked up, the qualifications, what they're looking for, and I said, okay, so what do I have out of this list? And I specifically put it in my resume to make it stand out because that's some of the skills that I did have and I wanted to point out. Another thing, aside from that, is to reach out to people who have previously done the internship on LinkedIn. So personally, I never knew anybody who had done like an internship with Amazon, specifically because I am in the business school at Georgetown, and there's not that many people who, take the route to do a tech internship. It's mostly investment banking or, finance related or accounting related internships. And so that's a huge tip, go on LinkedIn and say, student, type on the search bar, student previous internship or intern sales at Amazon Web Service or Web Services. And so that's one of my second tips. And like the huge tip that definitely saved my life was, going and asking people directly and students, like, what was your experience? Like, would you recommend this internship? What did you learn? So asking those type of questions are definitely going to give you like a heads up on like, would you like to intern there? What do you expect in terms of like applying? Maybe someone can actually like look over your resume. So that's a huge tip. Now I would like to move on to tips for interviewing. So when it came to my interview, I got an update like in an email and it mentioned, I think you're being selected to interview. And I recall it was specifically the interview, 2 interviews. So they were an hour long, 30-minute sessions. So I had an interview with this one guy for 30 minutes. And then after that, another 30 minutes passed with another interviewer. And they were typically from different departments, but what I remember is that they asked me like similar questions. It was just a different format. And so, excuse my cough. And so how I prepared for that was I went on Glassdoor. So type Glassdoor on, your search engine on Google, and search up the sales internship questions or potential questions. And, you get a list of questions that have been asked before and in what scenario, how you could answer. So try to format, like a Google Doc of how you can answer those questions. So that's like one of the biggest tips that I personally thought like helped me the most. Aside from asking people directly on LinkedIn, like, do you remember what you were asked in those interview sessions? So that's a big tip. So aside from that, I did want to dive deeper into my experience as an intern. I think it was definitely a fulfilling experience and insightful just because I have heard, things from Amazon like it's a great place to work at, but also like, they tend to overwork their staff a little bit. And I got insight into that. And I really, really was interested in seeing, which of these, comments are true. And so I can give you a bit of a breakdown on what I did. So the first 2 weeks consisted of onboarding, so getting your computer delivered, setting up Wi-Fi and all of that, and your Gmail, hotspot and all of that, like getting everything configured. And you also had like, I think for me personally, I had like over 60 onboarding task items, and they were easy task items just to get to know you a little bit more, for you to know the company, Amazon, their values, their culture, their LPs. LPs stand for leadership principles. And it's going to dive deeper as you go into your internship. LPs are like the most prioritized like thing, because it's like, you know what the company stands for. We did 3 projects. So the first one was a value map, and you'll get to learn more about this, but it's basically delivering and restating the value of the company and presenting that. And the second was a 45-minute pitch to a company on Amazon's products. And that one was one of the hardest ones, but we got through it. The third one was a calling project, and it's right in the name. So you have to call, I think we call like 250 leads to attend an Amazon conference. And I believe I was successful. It's just that the timing, we got a little bit of less than 2 weeks to start on that project. That was the only feedback. I would say like that was one of the hardest projects. And aside from that, I think throughout that internship, you have several chances to connect with interns, to network with other employees from different departments. So I took a chance to do that as well. So overall, I would say I would give the company rating, I would say an 8.5. And the reason for that is because I did see, they overwork a little bit, they're people, but the pay is really good, and there's good people in that company. So definitely check it out. Apply if you are here in this video to hopefully apply, and see if it's for you. I'll also tag my email in the description below, so you guys can, email me questions if you have any. I'll hop on a Zoom and try to help you out, because that's what I'm here for. I'm a first-generation Latina trying to help students out. So be sure to like this video and subscribe, and comment down below where you have interned. Okay, bye y'all. Have a good day.